Strip on the Fan.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to number 29.
Pair of panties.
Would you be quiet, Rosie?
I'm Bill Zimper.
Scott Stapp is this summer's rock and roll savior.
Gaze at a graveyard.
Anybody hitting the cemetery?
But who should I go see to do it?
Listen up, the ratings just came this month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Wow. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 31st and 2024. The month of January is already over. Parrish Morning Show on a Wednesday morning. Hi, everybody. My name is Chris Hockey, and here we are. It's warm outside. What a weird, weird world, but let's make it a great, great day. Parrish, Oak, Grimmer's going to stop by. Mark Rosen and a cast of 1,000 Duel of the Decades coming up in a bit as well. Here we go. Pete Holmes with some comedy. Parrish Morning Show on a Wednesday. Come on in. I am glad that you are here.
My daughter has a lot of the same toys we had when we were growing up. She just has better versions of the same toy. Like I had a CNC growing up. Remember the CNC? Remember it spins, points at an animal, makes the sound of the animal? We had that in the 80s. It just sounded like pull the string, it would land on the cow. It would be like I'm 3 years old sitting on my playmat like, is that the sound of a cow? So my daughter has the same toy. It's just crystal clear, digital surround sound. There's an announcer. It sounds fantastic. He goes like, this is the sound of a horse. You can tell someone went in a barn with a horse and was like, action, and they got it. They got a coyote. I didn't even know what a coyote sounded like up close, but it's like, this is the sound of a coyote. This is the sound of a cat. Meow. It's just the guy. It's like clearly just the guy. It's the guy barely trying to sound like it's not just the guy. Do you realize what this means? They couldn't get a cat. They couldn't get a cat to play ball. They got a coyote. That is a man in a room filled with scratching posts with a boom mic and dozens of cats. Just like, come on!
God, that was hot nonsense.
All right, let's start Wednesday, January 31st. With what Chris is more excited about, Nate Bargatze at the Minnesota State Fair or the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival?
Yeah, it's tough.
Both in your wheelhouse.
Both, I mean, huge in my wheelhouse.
Alanis Morissette,
and
Chili Peppers.
The Yacht Club thing came out of nowhere. I haven't even heard any rumors about anything like that.
Right.
But, I would say it would be Nate Bargatze because he's number one for me right now,
Right.
But I have to go to the fair for that.
On a Saturday.
That's what I'm saying.
So on a day that we probably won't be broadcasting, my guess is we do the Friday night show.
Right.
So you'd have to go back on Saturday to see Nate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I think you're going to. I don't think you're going to miss that.
I'm much more likely to, is he playing in Wisconsin the night before or Iowa the night after?
As of right now, no.
Okay.
Now, that could change, but I also don't think it will because he's playing in Wisconsin and Iowa in the months leading up to August, but no.
That is the best example of how much Chris hates the state fair.
Yeah.
He'd rather drive over the speed limit 2 to 4 hours to get somewhere than go 2 miles an hour and try to find parking around the state fair.
Right. Well, it'll take me less time to drive to Nebraska than it will to take me to get inside the state fair and deal with people.
Can I make a bold prediction?
Oh.
Go. Couple things. One,
give her hell.
That Saturday is probably top 3 busiest day of the fair.
Yeah.
2, you don't have a show, right, that night? Have you already looked on that?
I have not looked.
Okay, so that's prediction number one is you might either have a show already. And 3, if he doesn't have a show, I think we eventually just move. If we were going to do a show Friday night at the fair, we would probably just move it to Saturday afternoon since we can pretty much do it whenever that day. And then
so we do Chris the favor of forcing him to go to the power trip there Saturday night, so
and
he has to go see
5 to 7 or whatever it is, and then
you wouldn't give up a Saturday, would you?
if we're all going to Bargatze,
Yeah. God, he's good.
I mean, when we do the Friday night shows, it's not like that helps our ratings, right? Saturday 5 to 7, same thing.
Yeah,
6:30 to 9 Friday night. What's the difference? We don't care,
man. But Saturdays at the fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yikes. Is Gaffigan the only comedian to do the state fair, or who else?
no, there's been plenty.
Who else?
I think they're more popular back in the day. I think some of them
Gallagher do it?
Oh yeah.
I bet he did.
Wouldn't doubt
Sounds like. I mean, I bet Foxworthy and that crew.
Oh,
came
Foxworthy definitely came through. Yes, I do remember that.
Minnesota State Fair stand-up comedians. That wasn't me talking out loud just to do it. It was Googling.
Sal and Richard. I think they did it once. No. Trying to think. I mean, I'm sure Louis Anderson had a night out there. R.I.P.
Look at that. I saw our buddy Jason Schumer in concert the other day.
Oh.
He's great, man.
Where was he?
He was at the Lay Music Room. He and Michael Shines do a companion show, like a story show, like Berbiglia, you know? And it's great, man.
So
Really,
he
really
does
good.
the jokes, Shines does the music.
It's sort of like I said, it's like a Berbiglia show. Like he tells a story, and every now and again, Shines will play a song that kind of pertains to the story. But it's really great, man. Really, really good.
Did you hear Berbiglia on Smartless a couple weeks ago?
I haven't listened to Smartless in a while.
Just $100 million podcast, no big deal.
Yeah.
$100 million.
Yeah. I haven't listened to him in a while. I'll get back into it.
Boy. Anyway, Nate Bargatze at the Minnesota State Fair. Is he the first one they announced as well?
No, we had Kids Bop.
Okay, outside of Kids Bop.
Yeah, that was
is
first.
Bargatze the first one?
There's only 12 days, and they dedicated one to Kids Bop, which is a choice.
It is a choice.
It makes sense to me. Kids go to the fair. They like it.
Yeah, they bop.
Yeah, and there's some bopping.
Let's go.
Feels more like a band shell thing, but...
oh, come on.
The Liney stage.
God bless. I suppose you can't really have that. Come into the Leinenkugel stage for
Why
the
not?
Kids Bop.
Bunch of drunk toddlers.
How does that work? It probably wouldn't. I don't know.
No, I doubt it would. But
No.
it might. I don't know.
It would be like the Capri Sun stage for a night. That's what kids drink, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Right. We'll see.
Pretty fun.
We'll see. But yeah, the other one, the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival.
Yeah.
Whatever
Right,
the
like
hell
the
that
wind.
is, right? Red Hot Chili Peppers, Alanis Morissette, Gwen Stefani are the headliners. None of those are small acts at all.
No.
Swinging big in year one.
Yeah.
Chili Peppers, Gwen, and Alanis.
Yacht Club Festival.
The Offspring.
Yeah, Offspring are there.
Yeah.
Soul Asylum.
Yeah.
The Hold Steady on that list too. Did I see that right?
I don't know. The print got too small. I couldn't see.
Pretty sure they're there as well. Let me double check for you since that's one of your
There's a big
bands.
one.
Black Crows.
Hold Steady. There you go.
Hold Steady.
The Chili Peppers, the Offspring, the Hippocampus, the Glary Clark Jr., the Hold Steady, the Soul Asylum, the Trombone Shorty, the Wildorado, the Nick Vega, and the Ironton.
Nico Vega's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. The Black Crows, Joan Jett, and the Blackhearts.
Hold on, let me make sure I know that. Oh, I don't know Nico Vega.
Oh.
Sorry.
Who'd you think he was?
I don't know. I thought it was Nico and Vince.
I think you thought it was Lou Bega from Mambo Number 5.
That could have been.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's July 19th and 20th at Harriet Island.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Friday, with all due respect, I'd get there right before Joan Jett plays, and I'd leave right after Alanis.
Not interested in Gwen?
Not really.
Yeah. What if it was No Doubt, not Gwen Stefani? What if it was the band No Doubt instead? No?
No, probably. I might like them more than I think I would. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're much more likely to go to Saturday?
I'd say I'd choose Saturday.
Soul Asylum, Hold Steady, Gary Clark Jr. These are all artists you like. Offspring,
Gary
Red Hot
Clark
Chili
Jr.,
Peppers.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. But I would love to see Atlantis, and I love the Black Crowes.
Is this essentially the same bit as they used to have on Harriet Island, just rebranded?
I'm not
Like
sure.
the one where 311 did it once,
the
Dave
Taste of
Matthews
Minnesota?
once. Yeah, maybe. Tool, I think, did it once.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing, just rebranded, or is this a
Guar.
completely different thing?
Remember when Guar headlined it?
Never forget.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is on. I run in these circles a little bit. This came out of nowhere for me. I have no idea what's involved in this.
Bizarre.
Yeah, but how bizarre?
Like, so bizarre.
How bizarre?
10 out of 10 on the bizarre scale.
They could do a show outside today.
They really could.
Yeah.
I just don't get this.
I don't either, man. That's what you get for driving your car.
I guess.
Jerky jerk.
Did you ever go to those shows out there?
I went to the 311 show at Harriet Island.
How was it? How was the...
I mean, it sounded awesome. Outdoor shows are the best.
I love outdoor shows. Just love them. Summertime, sunshine, sweaty people.
Yep. Well, I just completely blew your duel of the decades. It was going to be Friday versus Saturday, Minnesota Yacht Club.
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't know anything about it.
Weird. Yeah, like you said, it just came out of nowhere.
Right. But good for them, man.
Yeah, good for them.
Music, I hope it works. Hope everybody has the time of their life. Like Green Day said. Give her hell. I wonder if Kirk Cousins will be there. I wonder why I wondered that.
Well, he probably won't be if he has a new team. That's right before training camp.
Right. What do you think Scott Baio is trending? What could he have possibly done?
He probably said something crazy.
He probably did.
All right, so I heard you in the intro say that Mike Grimm's going to be here in a
Yeah,
little
he's going to
bit.
stop by in a minute. He's got, first of all, we haven't seen him in a while. He wants to say hi. And second of all, he's got something he wants to bring to light. He thinks somebody has stolen our bit. He's bringing it to
the
light.
Grimm bit?
Not Grimm. No, a different bit.
Oh.
I don't want to blow it until you get there.
Okay.
He'll be here at 6.
Not the give him the lyrics bit or
No,
the quote bit.
because
Okay.
we sold that from everybody.
Yeah, everybody. That was exactly going to be my point. Is we weren't the first to do that. We just did it.
Right.
All right. So Parrish will be here. Rosie will be here. Grimmer will be here.
Hey, man, let me ask you a question. What qualifies as a yacht?
God, I wish Sauce was here. I mean, this is his entire
That's what I'm saying.
upbringing.
I really don't know. When I saw that we had a yacht club, I was like, we have a yacht club?
Is Sauce the most knowledgeable person on the planet about yachts without likely being able to spell the word yacht?
I would probably say he's a leading contender.
Yeah, he's got to be in the top 10 to 20 in the world
Right.
for what he could tell us about yachts without likely spelling it correctly.
Here's the problem, though, with that. There's yacht clubs all over where he lived.
Yeah.
He had to have seen signs, and eventually, it's burned into the back of his skull.
Yeah, but there's schools all over where he lives, too.
True.
Yeah, he was in them.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly eating, but he was in there. And again, attention to detail is his weakest quality. So even paying attention to how yacht is spelled at the yacht club that he's dining at probably was not something he was paying attention to.
A yacht is a sailing or power vessel used for pleasure, cruising, or racing. There's no standard definition, though the term generally applies to vessels with a cabin intended for overnight use.
Yeah, I guess cabin is the key word. When I picture a yacht in my brain, I definitely picture some kind of a below deck situation where there's a cabin in there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You did it.
Remember on
White
the Love
Bear
Boat
Lake.
when they all went up to the below deck?
And then Rosie has a newspaper and says, I couldn't find a place to sit.
Yeah. Man, like, yacht club sounds real fancy.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It feels, it's an interesting name, and I get why they did it because of the rivers right there and everything, but it's an interesting name. I like it.
But there is really a yacht club, right? Is there really a yacht club in Minnesota?
I mean, there's plenty of yacht clubs. The White Bear one is the inspiration that F. Scott Fitzgerald had for The Great Gatsby.
No kidding. Across the lake?
Yeah, because he lived briefly on White Bear Lake, and he would look across at the rich people at the White Bear Yacht Club. And so there's yacht clubs, but
He shouldn't have took the fall for her, man.
No.
Always bothered me. What are you doing, man?
I never saw that. Should I see that?
You should read it.
I don't have time for that.
Read it and then watch it. It's a quick book. It's
Read it and then watch
Pretty
it.
good, man.
When is the book ever better than the film?
Always.
Except for No Country?
I mean, Leo gives it hell.
Yeah, Leo gives it hell. If they had not used modern music, I would have liked it better.
Yeah,
Leo
that's
was
true.
really good.
And that gal's was pretty cute, too.
Yeah, she's super hot. It's what's her face? The one girl who plays Marilyn Monroe, right?
I think so.
Tell us her
right.
name. China from wrestling.
What a weird casting that is.
They took some chances.
Let's do modern music and China from wrestling.
Carrie Mulligan.
Yeah, that's it.
Carrie Mulligan.
That's it. That's it. She's real good.
Drive. Hey, since we're just spinning the wheel, since this is what we kind of do in the first segment anyway, top of your head, because you just said Leo brings it. Top of your head, worst performance by Leo, not the worst movie he was in. Give me the movie where you're like, oh, that's not his best work. Because when you said that, I couldn't think of one movie where it's like, well, Leo sucked and the whole thing was a disaster. When is he ever bad?
That's hard, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to look at his list of movies.
he hit the ground running. I don't know if he's ever...
He wasn't great in Jaws.
I think you have him confused with China from wrestling. Let's tell me if any. Well, okay, hang on. We don't count Critters 3 and Poison Ivy. Let's talk about when he actually kind of made it.
Okay.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable performance.
Really good.
Basketball Diaries, Romeo and Juliet, Titanic, The Beach, Catch Me If You Can, Gangs in New York, Aviator, Departed, Blood Diamond, Shutter Island, Inception, J. Edgar, Django Unchained, Gatsby, Wolf of Wall Street, Revenant, something called The Audition. I don't remember that. It's a short film. Never mind.
You know, I didn't buy it when
Killers
he was
of the
being
Flower.
eaten by that bear.
I was thinking the same
I didn't
thing,
buy it a
Hawk.
bit.
It didn't look real.
Didn't look real.
Isn't that his only Oscar win?
Probably.
I think he won for the
Another
Revenant.
guy
I
like
think that was
Daniel
it.
Day-Lewis probably would have actually gotten eaten by a bear to prepare for the role.
Right. Yeah, he would have accepted the Oscar as a pile of ass.
Yes.
It is. You got Daniel Day-Lewis in Gangs in New York as Bill the Butcher, right?
Yeah.
He was full-blown method actor.
Yeah,
Unbelievable, right? That performance is legendary. That's like a top 15er of all time. So good as Bill the Butcher. Then Leo's in there. Cameron Diaz. It's just so hard to see John C. Reilly and not have him go like, don't touch my drums.
I know.
Because when he wants to be a serious actor, John C. Reilly's fantastic.
Yeah, man.
And he's very good in that movie.
Yeah, good movie.
Really good. Any movie with Cameron Diaz as a prostitute, I'm a pickpocket and prostitute.
And you know who was great was Paul Rubens as her pimp.
No, Chris, I believe you have him confused with China from wrestling. Show's off to a weird start.
It really is, man. I felt weird when I woke up this morning.
I like when the first segment's kind of a train wreck, because then I like to mentally think, well, it can't get worse.
Right.
I mean, I know it can, but
it will.
but mentally, I have optimism now that the rest of the show is going to be better.
I want a yacht. Knee deep in the water somewhere.
So again, by the time he gets back, somebody's going to tip him off. But do you think if I had bet him $100, do you think Sauce could have spelled yacht correctly?
Yes. I do think he's seen the sign too many times. Yeah. He's probably said the following: I don't want to go to the yacht club again today.
He's just Spalding from Caddyshack. I want a milkshake. I want a hamburger. You'll get nothing and like it. More of the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Power Hour starts at 8 a.m. It's on KFAN.com/watch. We should definitely go and hit the subscribe button and the bell and all the YouTube jargon there. It's brought to you by Quantum Fiber.
Thanks.
Yeah, your world unleashed.
Yeah,
Thanks.
my world has been I was listening to a Rick Beato thing about Matt Cameron, who was the drummer for Soundgarden and Pearl Jam, and some other stuff as well. And he was talking about how Chris Cornell would write the songs, you know, and he would bring the demo tape in, and he was before he was a guitar player, he was the drummer. So all the tracks had drum tracks on them already, and they were so good that most of the time Matt just kind of did exactly what Chris Cornell was doing, because Chris was such an off-time drummer. A lot of the stuff that he did, I had no idea.
I saw a similar quote from Chris Cornell on Howard Stern that was on social media this week.
Really?
About Cornell saying, I think he said with the Audio Slave, a lot of the time, it would kind of be a group project. They all would work together. They would all figure it out together. But I'm pretty sure he said things like Black Hole Sun, he would just record in his basement, like you said, and just show up and show Soundgarden, hey, here's what I'm kind of thinking. And they would basically do exactly what he did, just a little bit better, right? But the general structure would be almost identical to what Cornell brought him to the table.
Isn't that crazy? That guy, man.
And Stern was asking him how hard that is to be a genius, but then have other people say, hey, I'm in Soundgarden too. I want to make decisions. Well, you might just have to let Chris Cornell do what he does. That's tough, because my guess is the other guys in Soundgarden are fantastic too.
Oh, man, Kim. I mean,
I've never known how to say
guys,
Kim's last name.
Thale.
Thale?
Yeah, so good. Yeah, very good.
Just how does that happen? How are you born a genius songwriter and a musician, and also with that unbelievable voice?
Took him a while to come to terms with having a good voice too, man. He wasn't comfortable singing at first.
Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come?
Pretty good.
Very fun to play on Rock Band.
Yes. Really?
Yeah, this was
Rock Band, not Guitar
the video game.
Hero.
Yeah. The drums in particular. It's fun to
hit the drums.
Is that?
Have you been touching my drums? I was watching Cops. I know the Cops didn't come on until 3 o'clock. Not great acting on my part, but you got it. No one seems like you anymore.
Black hole sun.
Oh, that's good.
Zacho, do you see Royal Blood's coming back to Fillmore as well?
Oh, good.
In May.
May, all right. I like that.
Love that club. Surprised they're not playing a bigger spot than that.
Yeah. They killed First Avenue, what was it, a year or so ago? They were fantastic.
That's why they're not being back, then, I bet. Can't do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
To go back to First Ave?
Yeah, not if you killed them.
I like that they're announcing a show in like late January for May, and not like what some of these other artists are doing. And like in 2027, we're coming to this.
Yeah, but that is a new thing, Chris. Any idea why they're going so far out with announcements?
Well, they're booking these giant places. It's going to take a long time to sell a lot of tickets like that, man. And that's a world tour as well. Metallica is on that tour that we're going to see, and they have been on that tour. It started in Europe last year. So, I don't know, man. All I can think of is they're trying to sell as many tickets as possible to a giant arena.
That's this year, finally.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
But it also might be a situation where, like, they're trying to pay for things. You know, they're doing a giant tour, and they're trying to take that money and make it now so they can use it to pay for other things. I have no idea. I don't know. Seems like a long ways out to me. I've always thought that's kind of weird.
Yeah, money makes money.
Yeah, it certainly isn't something that was done for the longest time, you know. Like you were saying, Zacho, sometimes you'd hear, oh, there's a show next week. Mm-hmm. Cool, I better go.
That's the best.
It's the best.
I wonder if the ticket sales, how they're affected by the length of time. They have to have like an algorithm or date on that.
I wonder if it's like plane tickets.
Yeah.
Where a certain amount of months out is they know that it's going to peak, 2 months ahead of time. It's going to just spike after the initial rush of tickets. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, Zachary. I have no idea. No idea.
Speculating.
I'm speculating.
Yeah, you're a speculator.
It is weird, though, because you just said, if you announce a show 4 months ahead of time, if I was 22, I'd see, awesome. I'm definitely going to see Royal Blood in May.
Yeah.
But now as a 43-year-old, I'll be 44 at that point. I don't know. My May's filling up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's 4 months out. You got to give me a bigger heads up than that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to start finding excuses to not go.
Even if it's your favorite band, you're going to be like,
Yep.
Can't they play in Plymouth?
Yeah, I'll probably go, but we'll see.
You may go.
I love the Fillmore. That place is badass. I've seen a couple of shows there now. It's been
Really
fantastic
good sound.
both times.
Great place.
Got to go there last year. It was good.
Was there a concert?
Yes. Yeah. No, there was a show.
That sounds like fun.
It was awesome. Half Alive. Nobody's heard of them. But that's the best part of those venues. It's like you can go see those smaller shows with fans that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Though? I mean, this is important. Which half?
The good one. The good part.
Again, you're going to have to specify which part is the good part. The top half or the bottom half.
I mean,
or the internal or the external.
Yeah, it's a matter of taste.
Yeah, I mean, the top, bottom. I think it matters who. It's in the eyes of the beholder.
I'm more confused than when Chris asked.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike Grimm.
There he is.
How we doing?
We're going to break and come back and do your bit.
Yeah.
We've been talking about a lot of weird stuff this morning.
I can't. I wish I could have listened. I had some work to do.
You didn't miss much.
No,
that's not true.
We could just say Yacht, rip on Sauce a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there a way I could go back and listen?
Well, you could podcast it.
Oh, you can go that
the
far.
Smartless podcast got $100 million.
Yeah. Is that who's that?
Will Arnett, Sean Hayes, and Jason Bateman.
And they have fewer listeners than you guys.
I doubt that's true.
They probably have more, but
They're also cuter than we are.
Think of the leverage though that gives you guys in your next contract.
That's worked out for us in the past. More with Mike Grimm and the rest of the Power Trip, including Front Page Sports, after this on the Vent.
The Fan. So quench yourself and drink the water that flows below her head. The Fan.
Look at this. We went to break with nothing and came back with both Grimm and Parrish. Look at this. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Hello.
Thanks for feeding my sudden McDonald's chocolate shake addiction.
That's all right. You triggered my strawberry shake addiction.
Nice.
I don't know. It's what's
just
for breakfast.
And it tastes so
It's so
damn good.
It does wake me up.
Yeah.
Well, I got shake FOMO.
I'll be farting like Martin over here later, though.
Parrish, you're back on Friday for initials, right?
I am back on Friday for initials.
Just another day in the Parrish household on Friday, or what?
Yeah, just another day. Yeah, no big deal.
Another day in paradise.
Where you age because you've gone around the sun one more time?
Just one more time, yeah. Yeah, I get
Birthday boy on Friday.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You should win the game then.
I should.
Yeah.
Corey?
I don't rig this.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm all about integrity.
I've tried everything. Bribing.
No, but what
begging,
I texted you last night, I almost called you Creaso, Parrish. Sauce is gone on Friday. It's your birthday.
Yeah.
Invite whoever the hell you want. Who do you want to get? Gino to play? Morneau to play?
I might have to bug both of them. Yeah.
Get whoever you want. Bring some of your friends in. It's your birthday.
All right. I'll see who I can get a hold of here.
It'll be a party.
Yeah, especially when we get rid of Sauce, we can have some fun.
I think Jacques Lemaire will be in town this weekend.
Maybe Jacques can play.
Yeah, that would be great.
You'll be hanging out with him then.
Yeah, is there a press box in here?
you can watch the game with me in the
back.
Yeah.
Anyway, think about it. Because we have it.
Yeah.
One or two.
Oh,
you can
for
bring
sure.
in one or two.
I definitely will. Yeah.
All right. Think about it. Let me know.
I will get to work on it.
All right, Grimmer.
Yeah.
Hawk says you have something for us.
Well,
I wanted to address something.
I don't want to address anything per se, but this has been on my mind for a while. It's nothing major. And some people might hear this and say that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard on the radio.
Let's hope.
I've been watching a certain series of commercials now in watching sporting events. And my basic conclusion is that this large organization has stolen Sauce's bit to promote their own products. And every time I watch this commercial for 6 months, I laugh because I'm like, that is friggin' Sauce. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
It's got to be Ozempic.
Oh my God! It is not. It is not. You'll know when you hear it and see if you. I might be the only guy on earth, and then people will be like, "Yeah, that doesn't even sound like him."
Mm-hmm.
But every time especially the one hockey that
the first one,
I hear it and I laugh every time, and I'm like, "That is Cove."
Ripping
who
Sauce.
Doesn't sound like you. And I mean, the guy that's kind of playing your part doesn't sound like you, but
voice
Sauce
isn't right, but the spirit is the same.
The whole thing is like you two guys back and forth. And you were trying to explain something.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, so I can't wait to see what this is.
All right.
Do you want to tell them what it is?
Let's play it.
Okay.
And then see if they know.
Landed on him after the sack. It's roughing the pass.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. It's roughing the passer.
Huh. Okay, what if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he couldn't stop his body like a human, so he ends up trampling him, and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back, and he tramples him some more, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I'm a buffalo. I don't know my strength compared to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it does. It does. It sounds like you doing meat sauce. It does.
Is it not?
It does.
And it's exactly a meat sauce answer.
Yourself.
Yeah. It's
with the meat sauce voice.
And meat sauce,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Did you
But
write that?
it almost sounds like you doing your
think so.
Sauce impersonation too.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what that commercial was for?
Is it Buffalo Wild Wings?
That's right.
Okay.
Buffalo.
Oh,
That
the
big ass buffalo comes in, so that even kind of makes it better.
Yeah.
And he's like, then what happens if?
Right.
Play it one more time.
All right.
Now that we know.
Landed on him after the sack. It's roughing
Sorry,
the
yeah,
passer.
they need that.
What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. It's roughing the passer.
Huh. Okay, what if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he couldn't stop his body like a human, so he ends up trampling him, and then he's like, oh no, and he tries to go back, and he tramples him some more, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I'm a buffalo. I don't know my strength compared to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is that Beck Bennett from Saturday Night Live?
That's pretty good, Greg. That's pretty good.
Every time I watch it, I'm like, God, that's our guy.
We got somebody look that up quickly on Google. See if Beck Bennett's getting Buffalo Wild Wings money for doing the Buffalo voice.
He might be so that Buffalo.
Sounds like it might be him.
I forget what the guy. He has a name, and then there was the other one's not quite as. There's two other. There's three or four of them.
Yeah, let's see if the other ones are close. That's fine.
I love to pick up the tab for my buds at B-Dubs for BOGO Boneless Thursdays. I don't tell them about the deal, though. I want them to think I'm rich. Like, Hank's been horseback riding twice. Rich. It's a status thing. Horses.
So maybe he wouldn't use horses, but he's like, I'm not going to tell him.
Yeah, the rest of it sounds like something he would do.
Oh,
Hank is the Buffalo's name. So
all right, so Sauce is the Buffalo from Buffalo Wild Wings. Brett, your hands up.
It is Beck Bennett.
Sounded like
there
Beck
you go.
Bennett.
Good
for
call.
Beck.
Yeah.
Making
I
that
think,
money.
Buffalo Wild Wings is located here. I think they just ripped off Sauce's bit for the Buffalo.
God, are we putting? Man, we are a game changer.
You guys are just setting the trend.
Changer. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself, Corey.
And there was one more, Hockey.
Yeah, got it right here.
$20, I can name all 26 beat-up sauces.
Tim just found out his job is a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay. Would hearing about the sauces cheer you up? Mango habanero, Nashville hot, Shaman jalapeno, mild, wild, medium.
Yeah, I think you're onto something.
I mean, the one where he's just going off, just that rambling freaking, that's a Sauce answer.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
And just
That's
even
a Sauce
the tone.
bit. Yeah.
I think they ripped off Sauce's
And look, what is Buffalo Wild Wings known for? Their sauces.
Their sauces.
Yeah.
Their meat sauce.
Man,
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody from Buffalo Wild Wings is listening. You'll be hearing from our lawyers. You stole our bit.
Now I'm not going to.
What happens if
now I'm not going to unhear Sauce's voice. The next commercial, that's all I'm going to hear is Sauce's.
They must spend their marketing budget's got to be off the charts. But that commercial is on every game you watch.
Yeah, watch on the big game. Watch for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
there's going to be a robot buffalo.
Yeah,
with the same takes.
But I hear that. And then he gets trampled. I laugh every time. Every time. For 6 months, I've been laughing at that commercial. And I had to get it off my chest.
Time now for Front Page Sports. Presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. You can get Celsius at Holiday. You buy 2, you get 1 free. 12 ounces or 16 ounces. Wake up this morning, Wednesday, January 31st, with Holiday and Celsius. They also have Fruit Burst, which is an exclusive flavor only at Holiday. Yeah, Holiday kicks ass. Let's see. Should we start with this? Should we start with that? No, don't care about this. Let's go off the board a little bit, shall we?
Sure.
The Warriors' Steph Curry is going to take on the New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu in a heads-up three-point shooting contest at the NBA All-Star Game. Steph's going to shoot from the NBA line with the NBA ball. Ionescu is going to shoot from the WNBA line with the WNBA ball, even though she, I think, tweeted, like, hey, I'll shoot from the NBA line. I don't care. Right?
Yeah.
That would make it better.
Why are we doing this heads up? Why not just put her in the actual contest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's heads up.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Out of all of the things at NBA All-Star Weekend, right? No offense to the ladies. They're not in the dunk contest, right? And if they were, they're not doing dunks that are going to win.
Yeah.
This is the one thing, a great shooter is undeniable.
For sure.
How awesome would it be if she actually beat the guys? All of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just one. Because if Steph has a bad round, she absolutely can beat him.
Yeah.
What if she won the whole goddamn thing?
Yeah.
That is so much better.
Why did they do it?
I think
don't
that's
know.
their fear.
What, that she actually beats?
Yeah.
I think that's the opposite.
It's ridiculous, but
like last year they threw that Mac McClung in the dunk contest, some G League or whatever they call it now,
but
right?
he has like a 75-inch vertical.
Right, and I'm like, what are they doing? Nobody knows this kid. And then he won the dunk contest and everybody loved it. There isn't a golden opportunity, I think, to say, all right, maybe she finishes 6th out of the 8, but what if she wins it?
Yeah.
Or let's think longer term. Throw Caitlin Clark in a year or two in the NBA three-point shooting contest.
I think
Equal
the college over the Final Four, they have something like that, like and I think
Both
they
genders?
do it. I think they do that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Right? It's fair? Zach, your hands up.
The NHL All-Star Game a few years ago, the skills competition, they threw Kendall Coyne Schofield, who I believe is now on the PWHL Minnesota team. They threw her in the fastest skating contest. She got 7 out of 8. And, not first, but it was like, damn.
She beat somebody.
She beat him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I would bet if you put Ionescu in this three-point shooting contest with 8 NBAers.
She's not finishing last.
Right.
No.
My guess is she wouldn't, just on probability. Somebody's going to have an off round, or she's going to catch fire, or both.
Agreed.
I think they're missing a huge opportunity. I don't think they should do it heads up. Put her in the actual thing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Why. Do they think it's more marketable to have just his name and her name in it?
Have just a full segment, I guess, just on that.
Are they going to have a separate three-point shooting contest, or is this
I think so. I haven't looked that up. I'm going to assume that's the case, but I don't know. CJ Ham added to the Pro Bowl games, and look, we don't really care. Nobody's going to watch the actual Pro Bowl games, but I care for CJ because he's a good dude. So that brings it up to 3 Vikings that are technically Pro Bowlers: Andrew DePaula, who's also a fantastic dude.
Yeah.
Daniil Hunter, who's a beast, and CJ Ham. So we have 3.
And that's a flag football game now?
I don't even know what
Something
it is.
like that?
Yeah, it sure looked like it from the commercials. I've not watched a Pro Bowl.
I haven't either.
Ever.
Yeah. They do a series of mini games, and I think flag football is one of them, but they've got all sorts of different throwing contests.
I remember, was it Cousins? They had some sort of a throwing deal where there was different targets.
Yeah, it's like the old quarterback challenge. It used to be sweet.
Yeah.
Grimmer, since you're here, I can ask you for your opinion on this. The Big Ten basketball tournament starting next year sounds like it's going to be the top 15 teams. When the league expands from 14 to 18 next year, not all 18 teams will make the Big Ten basketball conference tournament. The top 15 will make it. This sounds a little more complicated than it really is, but the top 4 teams will get a double bye.
Yeah.
5 through 9 get a single bye. Then the bottom 6 teams square off to move on to the second round before they eventually take on the top 4 seeds.
Yeah.
So it's not that complicated. But the point is only 15 teams out of the 18 make the tournament. The other 3 stay.
Yeah, I dislike it, honestly. I think they wanted to keep the integrity of whatever the 5-day tournament, and they wanted to give those top 4 double buys, and there's still potential ways to do that. But fly in 4 teams and play Tuesday, and open it up. Whoever wants to come watch it for free, and I mean they got money. The Big Ten's got plenty of money. I think part of the beauty of March Madness is everyone's got a path to get to the dance. Do you expand the field? Everyone 68's great, fine. I don't have a whatever, but if you expand the field, everyone's really got a path already. So if they want to make it, win your way in. The example I used yesterday in talking about this is Penn State last year was a 10 seed. And advanced to the championship game, which got them into the tournament. They would not have made it had they not won those games in the Big Ten tournament. With an 18-team field, there's a chance there's going to be like a 6-way tiebreaker that team could have ended up in 15th place because they didn't beat the 6th place team twice or something weird. And so that team, instead of making the tournament, would have been at home. And I want to say they won at least one game in the dance last year. So to close the door on that, I don't like it fundamentally. But it is what it is. I guess if you really want a path, finish in the top 15.
Yeah, I guess.
But wait till Tom Izzo's Michigan State team has a net 43 ranking, but they're 7-13 because they lost some bad games. And they miss the Big Ten tournament because they lost a 6-team tiebreaker. That will change. They'll say, oh, maybe we should include all 18.
According to ProFootballTalk.com, there are sources saying that Jim Harbaugh's deal with the Chargers is 5 years, $80 million, so $16 million a year.
Wow.
That's the hot rumor.
Should have gone into coaching, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't remember if it was Florio or not, but whoever on ProFootballTalk.com wrote the story basically said, if you look around the league and find the kinds of players that are making $16 million, and then ask yourself, would I rather have that player or a world-class coach? You could start arguing pretty quickly that some of these coaches are worth $16 million.
Yeah. It doesn't take much to make $16 million as a player.
Not anymore, no. The top guys in the NHL aren't making $16 million a year.
No, they aren't.
Must be rough, Parrish.
Yeah.
Must be rough.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do what really matters when we come back, and then Duel of the Decades in like 10 minutes with Brian Oak. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Stay connected to The Fan.
.626 expecting Brian Oak momentarily coming in. Duel of the Decades coming up in just a few moments. Thanks to our friends at 7th Avenue Pizza.
Have you ever been close to tragedy? I've been close to folks who have.
Grimmer and Parrish in here.
The old Mighty Bosses, they had a moment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
moment
Scott
in
had
time.
like a 2-year window.
Right, yeah.
Where it was a big deal.
Just huge. And then vanished.
All right, let's do what really matters.
It's a cool chorus, man.
It is cool.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they were a cool band for a second.
No, I like some of their stuff.
And there were a lot of bands that sucked that tried to be the Mighty Boss Tones, right? There were a lot of copycat bands.
Yes.
So if you're going to do a genre that has a small moment right, at least do it well, and they did.
Yes, they did.
All right, let's start with this one. This is a weird one.
Uh-oh.
The first part I don't really care about because this is just, dollars and cents. But the Orioles are going to be sold. That's the part I don't really care about. A group of billionaires is reportedly going to buy them, valued at $1.725 billion. Here's the part of the story that I think is interesting. The group that's buying the Baltimore Orioles from the Angelos family, they're going to start with a 40% ownership stake. So this sounds on the surface, this is like a Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez situation where over the next couple of years, Glenn Taylor will just slowly sell off pieces to them and step aside, but about a 2-year transition period. Not exactly. Do you guys see the end of this story?
No.
So this group of billionaires is going to buy the Orioles for $1.725 billion. They initially get a 40% ownership stake. They'll have the option to buy the rest of the team when Peter Angelos dies.
How old is he?
Don't know. He's the patriarch of the family, so he's the oldest one of the group. My guess is he's probably closer to death. Maybe. But otherwise, it's just weird to go, when do we get to be owners? Well, you got to have Peter kick the bucket over here.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're
up a real murder mystery.
That's what I'm saying.
I think if I'm Peter, I'm having someone taste my food.
Yeah.
Let's see how old he is.
He's
He is
94.
Okay, 94. But even so, you don't want to ever.
So they're taking over next week. Are they going to be ready?
Yeah, I take those odds.
Take what kind of odds?
That he's going to probably
outlive the next
Keel
week?
over?
Rosie.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think he'd. No, he's going to go anytime now.
Right, but that's my
God
point.
bless him.
What if he makes 104?
Even if it is 104 or 95, right? However long he lasts, isn't it kind of weird to somewhat celebrate? Like, finally, the team is ours.
They can't wait to get full ownership.
Cheers. Right.
Yeah.
See you later, Pete. Thanks for the team. And then you buy the rest of the team.
Yeah. And the poor guy can't enjoy the 60% of the additional revenue that comes in because he's
family's
crowed.
going
The
to be
family will enjoy it very much so.
Oh, no, Dad's gone.
Yeah.
Want to buy the rest of the team?
Yeah.
So that's all. So that 1 point is just for 40%?
No, I think that's what the value of the team is. So my guess is they're buying it for 1.725. If that makes sense. They just don't get full ownership. They buy 40% of the shares now. They get the rest of it when
I also saw that Angelos
Yeah.
bought the team for like $100 million
in 1993.
Yeah.
Well done,
Is
sir.
that adjusted for inflation if that sucker hangs around for too long?
I think the deal. I watch a lot of Shark Tank. I think the valuation is going to be $1.725 billion, regardless of how long he lasts.
So it's better financially speaking, because that's going to be worth a lot more now if he dies than if he.
Good question. I don't know.
Has a 100th birthday for some reason.
Because if I'm the team if I'm the group that's buying him, I lock it in at 1.725. If I'm the Angelos family and Peter's looking like he's still pretty spry, then I say, hey, sure, he died 10 years from now, so we're worth more than 1.725. So my guess is their lawyers have.
If it goes to like 107 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does this happen on Shark Tank ever? Like the dude from Dallas Cowboys says, I'm going to buy this after you die.
I don't think so.
That'd be fun gambling.
Gambling?
If they would do more of those deals like this.
It's like a real life death pool kind
Yes.
of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What really matters, though, is this.
Yeah, I'm going to do a show. I get your wife when you die. That's the name of the show. It's going to be a huge hit on Lifetime. Not very long Lifetime.
I think they've already probably done that. So.
Yeah, you're probably
That's
right.
probably the wrong demo. But I don't know if I put it on Lifetime or the Hallmark
You'd
channel.
be surprised, man.
No, they
Those
love that
ladies love
stuff.
to watch people stalk them. I don't know why, but they do.
Every Lifetime movie's a horror
Lifetime, yeah,
movie
exactly.
for the
true.
females.
Yeah, they can't. They got to sleep with the lights on.
It's kind of like when you're sad and you, for some reason, want to listen to sad music.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
exactly.
got to get
what
it out of you.
it's like. Yeah. An awkward silence takes 4 seconds before it's considered awkward.
That's the cutoff.
That's the cutoff. I don't know who came up with that, but
but
4 seconds is a long time.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at that. I feel like I'm always the one that breaks the awkward tension by just saying, so anyway, it's crazy, right? Or like, do you just say something to break it?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Thank you. I wish I was better at just staring down the person and just calling their bluff and waiting for them to be the
Hasn't
first one to
happened.
talk.
Should we just all
I
wait 4
actually
seconds?
enjoy doing that.
Yeah, let's
The
do
awkward
4
silence.
seconds.
Let's all wait 4 seconds and see if everyone driving
Now, hang on,
feels uncomfortable.
But are we making eye contact or are we just sitting in
Let's
the
look away.
silence?
I have to be making eye contact.
This might be the first time you last 4 seconds, Hawk.
That is awkward.
Here we go. Okay, I'm going to tell you. In 3, 2, 1. And we're back.
Yeah, it's not awkward
That's
when,
not bad
when
at
it's
all.
That is-
pre-programmed,
I felt
right?
a little uncomfortable.
Really? That felt
Yeah.
short.
That did feel a little short. That was 4 seconds.
God, I've heard those things in the bedroom.
Both at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
The Chiefs and Ravens on CBS drew just over 55 million viewers on average. That is an AFC title game record. The previous record in 2011 had a little over 54 with Jets Steelers. Niners Lions did over 56 million. And they're already saying last year's Super Bowl, Chiefs Eagles drew 115.1, and they are projecting that record to fall this year based on the AFC and NFC title game numbers. So they're thinking biggest one of all time. It's weird how every other sport seems to be slowly declining in viewership, right? Or at least struggling to find consistency in the NFL keeps going up and up and up and up.
Crazy.
And up.
Crazy.
That's why they're the big guy. Pro sports.
What really matters is this.
Fire moves faster uphill for the simple reason that, heat travels upward. That's one of the
Makes
fundamental
sense.
rules of science. So if a fire starts at the bottom of a mountain, you better get the hell out of there.
Don't go up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jason Kidd of the Dallas Mavericks says Luka Doncic is, quote, better than Dirk. And he went on to say he's in the atmosphere of MJ and the best to ever do it, LeBron, Kobe, end quote. By the way, Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks are in town tonight to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves with basically everybody you've ever heard of on the Mavericks sitting out. No Luka tonight, no Kyrie tonight, no everybody else. So the Wolves are getting a free pass against a team that's decent. The Mavericks are 26-21, but Luka's on an absolute tear. Right, scored 73 last Friday, scored 45 a couple days ago. Not playing tonight against the Wolves.
Whoever their G League team is basically who they'll play tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have to win tonight against the Scrubs.
For sure.
Can't miss this one. What really matters, though, is this.
People who are born blind experience dreams of emotions and sounds and smells instead of images.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Their dreams manifest other sensations such as smell and sounds because they don't have anything to base it on. Never thought about that, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah. My kiddo asked about dogs dreaming the other day because my dog was asleep and then started barking while she was napping. And she goes, what is she dreaming about? I go, I don't know. Probably food or other dogs.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's
all they care about.
Right. It's not like some kind of an elaborate heist is going on in this dog's mind. It's I'm either hungry or getting chased or chasing something.
Chasing
There's
a car.
about 3 or 4 options.
What if they're having
They're
one
dumb.
of those naked dreams? How embarrassing.
Yeah.
Dude.
How embarrassing.
I still, even though I've been retired for God knows how long, I still will have the dream where I can't find my hockey gear.
I've had that.
Can't figure out.
I have a couple recurring dreams. That one where I can't get to the arena to do a broadcast. You just drive around the block. I can't make a turn. And then the other is radio gear set. And I don't even set up our radio gear, but I look in the trunk and it's not there.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the gear?
I still have that recurring. I don't have a condom dream.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess we're going anyway. Which leads to another dream.
Yeah.
I feel like I have Inception a lot where I'm in other people's dreams because most of my dreams, this is a recurring dream that I have, that I go over to Mark's house and he can't find his hockey gear.
Yeah, you just show up in these dreams. That's great.
I'm like,
But he's got a condom.
and then I run, and that's why my dog is barking. All right, where is Oak here?
He's supposed to be. He said he's coming in today.
All right, if Oak's here, we'll do Duel of the Decades after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.